that's what we want to do for Amicon. Okay, and the other thing is you got to trust us. You have to trust. I know, less like me, I'm sorry.
That's why he's got the kick.
You have to trust us that we are sincere and that the things that we ask you to do are relevant. Okay? Are relevant. Of course, as Avery said, that on this river, one could glide forever and here discover the definition of bliss, salvation, and heaven. A journey from wonder to wonder. So that's where we're going. And, you know, if everybody knows anything about Edward Abbott, he certainly was not a touchy-feely kind of guy. And yet his prose is beautiful, right? So, it's literally time to begin. Okay? If we flip up the light just for a second, I'm going to show you something. All right. All right, right now, everything that we are saying to you is, well, I guess relevant, right? But as we progress, we hope that you understand it's going to get more relevant. Especially when we teach them, when we go out in the field and we see someone doing something, and we say, "Are you sure that's the right way?" Well, I remember you said this, but we said it, you know. Particularly for photography, I'm always stunned. If it gets more relevant and more relevant by the time we're done, yeah, it works. I hope it works. I know it works because I've seen it work 8 times, 7 times, whatever. Okay. A couple of other quotes. It says, "The world we see today is a legacy of people noticing the world and commenting on it in forms that have been preserved." Right? That's what we want. I know the Amicon people, you're establishing a database, something. We'll talk about that later. Okay. During this class, we ask you to do one thing. We ask you to look for things that make you not the same person. If you're a photographer and you leave here a photographer and nothing else, you didn't look for things that made you not the same. Okay? Another thing is, well, you know, how am I going to develop this? Well, find something you want to do. This gentleman said, vision is always ahead of execution. And it should be. Right? Otherwise, what? You go home, oh yeah, let's see, about TV view, 9 to 10. You got to do things. You got to get out, stretch yourself. Remember this whole thing about lifelong learning and preventing Alzheimer's and all this? How do I know if I'm improving? How do I know if I'm good enough? Well, your work is your guide, a complete, comprehensive, limitless reference book on your work. You've got this body of work. You have to develop this body of work, otherwise you don't have any body of work that you understand to evaluate. We will show you how to evaluate stuff. Anything else? No, that's enough. Okay. All right, everybody get a sheet of paper out and a pencil. Just piece of paper on your. Put the light down there one more time. We have a little activity here.
I've also put notebook paper if you need
There's
it.
notebook paper, Ed. Okay, this is called Becoming Aesthetically Analytical. Woo. Okay, remember I brought that up? No, I forgot about it. All right. This is the part where you analyze with the mind of a scientist and then you translate it somewhere. Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you 5 sets of images. We're going to answer the question asked, and then you create a short journal entry based on the answer.
You're going to give us the question.
I'm going to give you the question. And you're going to have 2 minutes. This is not agonizing. This stuff You know, the old Rorschach, your first impression? Okay? All right. On the trip across southern Illinois, you take these two images. Okay? Study them. See them? How are each similar, and what are they showing?
You want the time to stop?
Yes. If you don't have any clue, guess, right? Oops.
Change.
Yeah, I gotta put that down. Wait one more. Okay. You know, what's frightening is I got home before I even noticed it and looked at the photo. What are you doing? You get the journal entry? That's the most important part. We have a high-tech, all right, second one. One, two, three. That was two? Huh? Flower, the turtle, and the butterfly. They tell you something. And it's very relevant to around here. I guess I shouldn't give you a hint. If you don't know, it's okay. Yes. Ten seconds. Next one. Can't read it. These two images say what? Seconds. Next one. What important information is contained in the sequence of photos? Need to see him again, or is that fine? What lesson is to be learned from these photos? What is it? Go back to it again.